Hey guys, it's Jamie here. Welcome to the second part of my mini-series creating a small journal celebrating the life of the Queen with the free printable kit that you can find a link to in the video description. Moving on to page 6 and 7. On this page we're doing some pockets. I'm going to make the basic backing of the two pages match, so I've already cut the crown printable to size. Not quite straight. We shall have to decorate that to overcome my lack of ability in putting anything straight on a page. Taking scraps from a already used digital, I'm going to cut some strips to make side pockets. I've made a small mistake on a page. One thing to then consider is how can you deceive the viewer's eye. One way to do this is to make sure that everything you do after that, whilst it may be cut relatively straight and even, it's at different sizes and levels. So for example, the first pocket is wider and longer than the second pocket. Also, another little deception would be to add a notch in the bigger pocket, which we would do by finding a halfway point. If you're very good at eyeballing these things, you don't need to measure. We want a circle punch. I'm going to go decent sized on this one and cut that out. Another thing to help the pockets stand out is to ink all the edges. And you may even want to make this one look different by rounding those edges so that there's a lot of difference going on, but subtle. Therefore, a small corner punch. We just need to place our pockets down. If you prefer to sew, you can do all of this in advance, do all of this on the base, sew it all up, and then glue the base in. Need to think about decorations at the bottom of here. What I did find was this at the bottom of this journaling paper, and I used some fancy edge scissors to cut it out. I've used a circle punch to cut out a photo of the Queen, and I've cut round the large Union Jack love heart that's part of the ephemera. I'm going to do a collage creating different levels again, so that I can hide my errors. Well, I'd share a quick tip with you. If you like strong colour to be deposited on the edges of your work, and I'm using seedless preserve on these tags, furniture protector pads that you put under chairs and sofas to protect your floors, and a cork, or you can use one of these, gives you a much stronger colour deposit and they don't flake. On this page I did find some lace that I thought would work, and I've glued that down with my Oohoo all-purpose, which is very similar to Fabri-Tac. To make sure that the glue didn't leak through, I put the glue on and then I spread it out on some wax paper and made sure that nothing would leak. Even though half the glue was removed, it does keep it sticky. The tags have now been edged, and some black and white photos. That's with Stays On Black, that was with the seedless grape, and they were backed with spare bits of paper. And we should just put some bits and pieces into the pockets. Like to do some plain journal pages, and this has nothing on the reverse at the moment. I'm going to use a circle punch and some of the spare paper. And I was thinking of creating some writing areas. I noticed on this digital page that I cut the Queen from that these are curtains. I've cut part of that off and I'm going to line it down this edge. I've changed my mind about the circles, so I have cut this photograph and I will probably edge it and maybe even just paper clip that to the page. I'm going to use the circles on this page by putting them along the edge of here and then measuring this to fit as a base and a writing page. The circles have been edged with the seedless grape, added to the paper, and then the paper cut to size, and that will be our page. For page number 8, 9, I'm not quite sure where we're at, I want to do a large pocket. What I've done is I've cut a large piece of the digital backing paper, but on my left hand side left a 1 centimetre overhang. So folded it in half so that there's a little edge showing. And then to make this into a pocket, all I'm going to do is cut up this way and this way. Fold that piece over. When we glue this, we'll glue along the bottom and along that flap. Before we do that, we can either decorate the top of the pocket with a bit of lace or do a notch. It is probably worth inking slightly behind and round the edges. Before we glue this pocket onto the page, there are things you can do extra. You can glue it 3/4 that way and have another pocket, so you've got a double top loader. You can glue it 3/4 this way and have a side loading pocket. I'm actually going to add this as a small tuck spot. To do that, I'm going to run the glue around the first part of these fancy edges. I don't have a tag that's going to fill that big back pocket yet. Lots of scraps, we can make one. Moving on to, I think this is the final page for today. Page 10, I'm keeping very simple. I have a pocket that comes with the free printable. I have a tag that comes with the free printable. It's been backed with some spare paper and edged in the London Fog Memento Grey, as has this, and this has already been cut to size. Gluing that down, gluing the pocket down, popping the tag in. That's our 5 pages designed for today. I think we have an interesting choice here. I've yet to make the tag for this one. I've now paper clipped in the photograph, but it also has some backing on it, so it could be written on. This can be written on. Got lots of tags in this one. And I think that was it, yeah. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share, comment, and do all the lovely YouTubey things. If you're looking for this digital kit, it is free. There is a link in the drop down video description. There's a link to the Facebook group and Creator Club and all sorts of other stuff that may be of interest to you. And I will see you next time.